So we begin our time in prayer and censoring, remembering that often prayer just means to be still and remember that God is and that we are with God. I've decided that for each of these Lenten worships, if anyone wishes to be marked with the sign of ashes, I'm going to invite you forward here at the beginning after we first sing. You are not required to be marked with the sign of ashes. Know that if you choose to be, we mark it as a call, as a sign of our call and a sign of blessing. I invite you forward now if you would wish to be marked with the sign of ashes. You are God's beloved child with whom God is pleased. You are God's beloved child with whom God is pleased. You are God's beloved child and with whom God is pleased. You are God's beloved child and with you God is pleased. You are God's beloved child, and with you God is pleased. I am God's beloved child, and God is pleased. And did you wish to participate in the ashes? This worship service is a time of reflection and a time not of preaching. So we will sing, we will read the scriptures, and I will read them out loud to you, and you can read them to yourself. We will contemplate and pray in silence and listen for what God is saying to us. I'll invite you to read the first scripture with me, our psalm for today, Psalm 32. Happy are those whose transgressions is forgiven, whose sin is covered. Happy are those to whom the Lord imputes no iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no deceit. While I kept silence, my body wasted away through my groaning all day long. For day and night your hand was heavy upon me. My strength was dried up as by the heat of summer. Selah. Then I acknowledged my sin to you, and I did not hide my iniquity. I said, I will confess my transgressions to the Lord, and you forgave the guilt of my sin, Selah. Therefore, let all who are faithful offer prayer to you. At a time of distress, the rush of mighty waters shall not reach them. You are a hiding place for me. You preserve me from trouble. You surround me with glad cries of deliverance, Selah. I will instruct you and teach you the ways you should go. I will counsel you with my eye upon you. Do not be like a horse or a mule without understanding, whose temper must be curbed with bit and bridle, else it will not stay near you. Many are the torments of the wicked, but steadfast love surrounds those who trust in the Lord. Be glad in the Lord and rejoice, O righteous, and shout for joy, all you upright in heart. We'll sing, and then we'll do what we sing. Wait for the Lord. Keep watch, take heart. Wait for the Lord, whose day is near. Wait for the Lord, keep watch, take heart. Wait for Let us share together in the scripture from Torah, Exodus 34, verses 1 through 9. And the Lord said to Moses, "Cut 2 tablets of stone like the former ones, and I will write on the tablets the words that were on the former tablets, which you broke. Be ready in the morning, and come up in the morning to Mount Sinai, and present yourself there to me on top of the mountain. No one shall come up with you, and do not let anyone be seen throughout all the mountain, and do not let flocks or herds graze in front of the mountain." So Moses cut 2 tablets of stone like the former ones. And he rose early in the morning and went up on Mount Sinai, as the Lord had commanded him, and took in his hands the 2 tablets of stone. The Lord descended in the cloud and stood with him there, and proclaimed the name, "The Lord." The Lord passed before him and proclaimed, the Lord, a God merciful and gracious, slow to anger, and abounding in steadfast love and faithfulness, keeping steadfast love for the 1,000th generation, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, yet by no means clearing the guilty, but visiting the iniquity of the parents upon the children and the children's children to the 3rd and 4th generation. And Moses quickly bowed his head towards the earth and worshipped. He said, "If now I have found favor in your sight, O Lord, I pray let the Lord go with us. Although this is a stiff-necked people, pardon our iniquity and our sin, and take us for your inheritance." Wait for the Lord, whose day is near. Wait for the Lord, keep watch, take heart. Wait for the Lord, whose day is near. Wait for the Lord, keep watch, take heart. Wait for the Lord, whose day is near. Wait for the Lord, keep watch, take heart. Wait for read together the gospel scripture. Matthew chapter 18, 10 through 14. Take care that you do not despise one of these little ones. For I tell you, in heaven their angels continually see the face of my Father in heaven. What do you think? If a shepherd has 100 sheep, and one of them has gone astray, does he not leave the 99 on the mountains and go in search of the one that went astray? And if he finds it, truly I tell you, he rejoices over it more than the 99 that never went astray. So it is not the will of your Father in heaven that one of these little ones should be lost. Wait for the Lord, whose day is near. Wait for the Lord, keep watch, take heart. Wait for the Lord, whose day is near. We end our service in song. I'll invite you to sing through, "O Lord, hear my prayer" with me 3 times. On the 3rd time, I'm going to go ahead and exit the sanctuary. All are invited to remain here in prayer for as long as they choose to. Although Caitlin will turn off the camera after 5 minutes so that she is not obligated to stay here all night. O Lord, hear my prayer. O Lord, hear my prayer. When I call, answer me. O Lord, hear my prayer. O Lord, hear my prayer. Come and listen to me. O Lord, hear my prayer. O Lord, hear my prayer. When I call, answer me. O Lord, hear my prayer. O Lord, hear my prayer. Come and listen to me. O Lord, hear my prayer. O Lord, hear my prayer. When I call, answer me.